Chapter 21. Alex slowly stood up as everyone gaped in disbelief. In an instant, the gaze of the entire banquet hall focused on him. "Alex, what are you doing? Sit down!" Elaine shrieked in horror. Didn't he look at where he was at now? None of the fearsome bosses dared to stand up at a moment like this, but what did this loser aim to steal the limelight right now? Daniel and Jack exchanged glances and whispered, "Damn, is he really the chairman of Diamond Group?" Immediately after that, they shook their head earnestly. No way, if he were really the chairman, how could he be scolded by his mother-in-law now? "Loser, what do you think you're doing? Sit down!" Harold shouted in an annoyed tone on the stage. Alex glared at him coldly. Then, ignoring everyone's bewildered and confused glances, he went straight to Doris and whispered in her ear. Doris nodded slightly while listening. The scene made everyone's hearts skip a beat. Doris Young, the vice chairman of Diamond Group, the famous symbol of beauty in Oris Hill. How did Alex, the loser of the Richard family, know her? In fact, from the looks of it, they seemed quite close. After speaking, ignoring the curious gazes again, Alex stepped out of the hall to look for Emma. As for Doris, she stood up, took the stage and the microphone, and started as everyone stared blankly at her. "Hi, I'm Doris Young. Mr. Alex Anderson bumped into our chairman outside the hall earlier and our chairman passed me a message through him." Everyone heaved a sigh of relief when they heard that Alex was not the chairman. Jack murmured in disdain, "It was just a coincidental encounter, how could he be so shameless to butter up his assistant? He's really hopeless." Daniel shrugged indifferently and smiled. "This is what a nobody does anyway." Meanwhile, on the stage, Doris glanced at Lady Richard and had a cold expression on her face. "The chairman has asked me to inform you that Diamond Group has terminated the collaboration with Richard Group with immediate effect. The contract is declared void." "What?" A loud shout resonated in the hall in an instant. No one had expected Doris to say such a thing. Everyone was stunned and bewildered by the sudden plot twist. Blood drained from Lady Richard's face. She dashed towards Doris and urged, "Miss Young, what do you mean by that? Why the sudden decision? Did we do something wrong?" She invited all the esteemed bosses and guests to come to the banquet tonight, hoping to boost their reputation in Oris Hill. If the announcement of the termination of the project was done in such a venue, the Richard family would be despised and trampled in society. Doris said firmly, "Originally, this collaboration was established due to our chairman's recognition of Miss Emma. Out of nowhere, you took it upon yourself to appoint some average Joe to be in charge of the project. Sorry, we cannot accept such a ridiculous arrangement." Right after that, Doris dropped the microphone and walked out of the hall. Lady Richard crouched on the stage, her face as pale as a sheet of paper. Never did she anticipate that her little wits would throw the extremely rare opportunity out the window. If only she knew they would end up like this, she wouldn't have traded Emma's place with Harold as the director even if someone held her at gunpoint. Harold, on the other hand, was at a loss too. What happened? It seemed that Doris was targeting him, but he didn't remember ever offending her in any way. He went to his grandmother and asked desperately, "Grandma, the appointment of director has been announced. You won't regret your decision, right?" Lady Richard struggled to her feet. She raised her hand and gave him a slap in the face while scolding furiously, "You bastard! How could you still think about the position at a time like this? Hurry, come with me and let's find Emma right now."